so good in her new pot. She looks like this is the perfect pot made for her. I knew it was Jersey Snow Flakes' turn to be put into her new pot because she had a little bit of that fluffy, cottony fungus that sometimes grows on the top of potting soil. It's totally harmless, has a fancy scientific name. It's just unsightly. It was kind of in the snow theme. It's this white fluffy stuff that grows on top of the soil, but I decided that was not for us. So it was time to repot into this wicking pot, and I went ahead and did that. I used a knife to cut off the fungus off the top. I found her soil to be a lot of perlite, maybe a little too much, so I hope she likes her 50-50 mix of perlite and peat moss now. It's probably a little softer. The reason I think it might have been too much perlite, which would make it maybe too hard, is because her root ball was smaller than I expected. So she's a pretty big plant, a young plant, but vibrant and healthy. But her roots were just this little clump. So now she's got some more softer soil to grow in, and I think she'll do well. When I repotted Snowflake, I did find that she had many suckers. So I actually added another tool to my African Violet surgery kit, and that was a pair of tweezers from a dental kit. So they worked really well for plucking off the suckers, which are little plants that grow off the main plant. They seem to be trying to start their own rosette, but it's best to pluck them off and let the main plant keep all the energy for growing and blooming. And I just wanted to also show you that I did a label for her. So it has her proper name, Jersey Snow Flakes, and the date that I put her in this pot. So whenever she's repotted, she'll get a new date on there. We're keeping track of her history. Since this entry is starring my snowflake, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about her history, or the history of her variety. The variety is Jersey Snow Flakes, and the hybridizer is R. Krasinski, who is believed to be a hobby hybridizer. So somebody who hybridizes violets as a hobby and then registers them to the American African Violet Society. It does have a registered number. It was registered in 2007. So this variety has been around since 2007 by R. Krasinski, and I am very happy to have it. I went ahead and recorded some of the facts about Snowflake in my Violet Chronicle, the notebook I'm keeping about all of my Violet facts. Snowflake is a standard size. She is variegated. She has a white single to double flower. It has a sparkle overlay. Amazing, I can't wait to see her bloom. And sometimes the edges of the flowers can have a green or blue tinge. So let's see how she blooms. Snowflake is part of my African Violet collection now. We have the 4 violets I've tucked away here so that we can see the star of the show today, Snowflake. But I think there's a twist. Snowflake is part of my African Violet collection, but I also have a snowflake collection. So I wanted just to take a minute and show you some of my favorites from my Snowflake Christmas ornament collection. So you can see the other collection that Snowflake is part of. Okay, so Snowflakes is part of my African Violet collection, but she is also part of my Snowflake collection. Some of my favorites I'd like to share with you. Turns out most of my favorites are the ones that I purchased in the Caribbean when I was on vacation. So let's start with one here that is quite clearly a Caribbean snowflake. It is made of shell. I'm not sure if we would be able to get one of these anymore. Most of the islands are quite protective about letting shells go off of the island, but there's a beauty for you. This one is another one I got in the Caribbean. It is beaded with some dangly bits. This one is from home. This one I got just a couple years ago at Canadian Tire, which is one of our local general stores in Canada. So you can see it's in an embroidery ring, has a little thing on it, but that has quickly become one of my favorites. So pretty and different. This one from Haiti. They marked on here. I remember buying this one, and they did mark on here that it was from Haiti. So when we were in Labadee with Royal Caribbean, it is made of like a tin with beads and fishing line. So unique, one of my favorites. I do have some very fancy ones as well. My mom gifts me some Swarovski crystal ones. This one's one of my favorite. It's from 2016. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. And I want to give an honorable mention to this one. This one is actually from IKEA, probably in 2005. These were decorations. I have multiples of these. I used as decorations at my wedding in February of 2006. So I must have purchased them in bulk from IKEA. But I still love them. And these ones usually end up on my Christmas tree as a regular because I can fill the tree with snowflakes and then feature the other ornaments as well. I'm super excited to feature Snowflake, one of my new violets in my African Violet collection. Next steps are to repot Blueberry and repot Nessa Satin Rose to get them all into their matching wicking pots. And I hope they all like it just as much as Snowflake has seemed to. So let's see how this grows.